Welcome to your channel, which is Sci Engineers. This is Sushant. We have been uploading videos for MHCET 2020 for the mathematics section, and today we are going to be taking up the topic which is integration, which is indefinite integration. So those who are new to the channel, please do go through the playlist for the MHCET. We have already covered lots of videos for MHCET. We have 50 plus videos in the MHCET playlist. So do like our videos, do share it with your friends, and do subscribe to our channel, which is Sci Engineers. And also do stay safe in the current scenario. As we have started with a new segment wherein we will be asking you certain questions at the end of this video, so please stay tuned for that. So let's get going. Integration and differentiations are the two most topics which most of the students skip in their preparation for the 12th standard. If you are pursuing for an engineering curriculum, these two topics are going to be the main focus in the first two semesters of the engineering curriculum in the mathematics section. And also related to these concepts, there will be many other subjects which are going to be related to it. So please don't skip this particular topic totally. You can just revise your concepts and attempt the questions. We'll be giving you some tips related to the solving part of the MHCET section for integration. So let's see the first question. So as you can see, we have the question that if the integration of this particular thing is half g of t square plus c, where c is constant, then what is going to be g of 2? So in this we need to find what is g of t, and for finding g of t we need to solve this particular integration. Now if you just see this particular term, which is log of t plus root of 1 plus t square, this is the most common part or the most commonly seen type of a term which is there. And by commonality I mean basically if I take derivative of this, we get 1 upon root of 1 plus t square. You can just check it out. You're taking the derivative of the numerator, you get basically the 1 upon the denominator part. So you can see that the derivative is present in the numerator. So directly let us say that this whole term is u. So I'm getting u is equal to log t plus root of 1 plus t square. And if you find the derivative of this, that is du, will be 1 upon root of 1 plus t square into dt. So here integration comes down to integration is equal to integration u du. So the integration u du is nothing but u square by half. Now u is nothing but we have already substituted this. So you can see if you compare this, plus will also have the plus c present over here. So if you compare this term and this, the equation, this is given. So whatever is used, nothing but g of t. So my g of t is nothing but log of t plus root of 1 plus t square. Now in this I need to find g of 2. That means I have to simply substitute t is equal to 2. So if I substitute that, I will be getting this as log of 2 plus root 5. So you can see that's nothing but your option D. Moving ahead to the next one, we have integration of x raised to 4 minus x raised to 1 by 4 divided by x raised to 5. So this is the question which is asked. Now what you can do is you can take simply x raised to 4 common from here. So that's integration. So if I take x raised to 4 common, since it is raised to 1 by 4, it's the fourth root of this particular bracket, it will come out as x. So we'll be getting this as, instead of x raised to 4, we'll be getting 1 minus, since basically we are taking x raised to 4 outside, so this is going to be 1 upon x cube. So 1 minus 1 upon x cube is raised to 1 by 4 divided by x raised to 5. So you can see that x gets cancelled out, so this is what we are getting. So you can just recollect that the derivative of this term which is inside this, that is 1 minus 1 by x cube, if I take it as, let us say, u, if I take derivative of this, you can see the derivative is going to be nothing but 3 upon x raised to 4 dx is equal to du. So this 3 can go that side. So nothing but dx upon x raised to 4 is nothing but du by 3. So this term is nothing but du by 3 and this term is nothing but u. So your integration goes to u raised to 1 by 4 du 1 by 3. So u raised to 1 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 4 plus 1, which is nothing but 5 by 4. So u raised to 5 by 4 and u is nothing but 1 minus 1 by x cube. So I'm directly writing this as 1 minus 1 by x cube raised to 5 by 4, and it is also going to be divided by 5 by 4. So that is nothing but 4 by 5, and we have the 3 also, so that's why it is 4 by 15. And we have the plus c, which is the constant of integration. So if you see the options, it's nothing but option A. Going to question number 3. So we have integration sine raised to 6x upon cos raised to 8x dx. Now in this, basically, we can solve this particular equation in this format. We have sine raised to 6x upon, we can just split this cos raised to 8x as cos raised to 6x into 1 by cos square x. So this term becomes integration tan 6 raised to 6x, and this becomes sec square x dx. So we know that derivative of tan x is nothing but sec square. So it's basically going to be integration of t raised to 6 dt, where t is nothing but tan x. So we know that integration t raised to 6 is nothing but t raised to 7. So that is nothing but tan raised to 7 x by 7 plus c. So this is the way, in one way in which we can analyze it. If you're not able to do it, you can go for the other method. So the other method is nothing but finding the derivatives of the options. Now, when you're finding the derivative, you know that first we have to find the derivative of the raised to part. Now, you can see that if I take the derivative of this tan raised to 6x, it will become 6 tan raised to 5x. But in the option, we are getting the powers as even numbers. So this is becoming an odd number. Again, if I find derivative of this is also going to be an odd number. If I take derivative of this will be an even number. So if I take derivative of this, that will become 7 tan raised to 6x, and I need to find the derivative of tan x, which is nothing but sec square x. So if I just simplify this, you will be getting the question. So that's why your option is B. So there are two ways we can do it. You can either go from the question or you can go from the answers. Now next one, we have integration 1 upon root 9x minus 4x squared dx. Now these type of questions can be lengthy, as you can recollect, which you had solved in 12th standard. These questions are very much lengthy because we have to have those step-by-step procedure which we have to follow. But in MHCET, we need not follow the step-by-step procedure. Now, first what we can do is, you can see that the options which are given are all sine inverse terms. So we understand that it's going to be nothing but of the form 1 upon root of a square minus x square. So I need to bring this thing in this format. So I need to find what is going to be the a term and what is the x term which is present over here. So what I need to do is I need to just analyze the quadratic equation which is there. So analyzing the quadratic equation is 9x minus 4x square. You have to understand it is under root. Now in this, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking the 4 common outside. So if I'm taking the 4 common outside, it's going to be 2. So it's 2, and I will be taking the minus sign common, but I will keep it in the root itself, because if I take it outside, it becomes imaginary. So this becomes minus x square minus 9x. 9 by 4x. So this is what we are getting. Now I need to find the perfect of, basically I need to have the perfect squares over here, converting to a perfect square. So this becomes minus, the first bracket will be x square minus 9 by 4x, and this is the middle term which is there. The middle term divided by 2 will give you 9 by 8, and I need to find the square of it. So it's going to be plus 9 by 8 square. So I'm adding this term and I have to subtract it also. So this is the first bracket and this is what I'm getting. So this minus sign goes inside. So I'll be getting this as 2 root of 9 by 8 square minus, now this thing you know it's nothing but like a perfect square, so it's x minus 9 by 8 the whole square. I can write this taking the LCM as 8x minus 9 by 8. So from here you can see that a is nothing but 9 by 8 and your x is nothing but 8x minus 9 by 8. So this is basically nothing but 1 upon, this is what is basically we are getting. So we have the 1 by 2 outside and this becomes sine inverse 8x minus 9 upon 9. We will not have the 8 coming outside because basically the coefficient of x, if you see, it's 1 because it is 8 by 8. So that is why no need to divide it outside. So that is why we are getting the answer as half sine inverse 8x minus 9 upon 9, which is nothing but your option B. Now moving on to the next one, we have integration x plus sine x upon 1 plus cos x. Now this thing is basically little bit complicated because we have a algebraic term also present and we have the sine and cosine or the trigonometric term also present. So whenever we have an algebraic term associated or which is present in an integration along with the trigonometry, it becomes a little bit difficult to solve it. So in such cases what we can do is we can look at the options which are given to us. Now if I just see that this is my option, this basically is an integration which is asked and this is the answer which I am getting. So if I take the derivative of the option, I should get the question which is asked. That's basic concept. So you can work either way. You can work from the question towards the answer or from the answer towards the question. But since the answers are 4, this trick can be sometimes very much difficult to solve or it will be time consuming. So in that cases you have to just have a very much strong hold on the derivatives and you can intuitively you can using the differentiation see whether the question is going to be appearing or not. Now you can see that there is a log of 1 plus cos x. So we know that log is nothing but 1 upon x. Derivative of log is nothing but 1 upon x. So this becomes 1 upon 1 plus cos x. And we will be taking the derivative of 1 plus cos x. So that's nothing but minus sin x. But you can see that this is not the question basically which is asked. Again, using the same concept, if I see that if I take the derivative of this, x plus sin x becomes in the denominator, but we require it in the numerator. So this is also a wrong option. Now in these two options, we have an half angle formula which is there. So instead of directly going and finding the derivative, what we can do is we can simplify this and bring these terms into half angles. So we know that x plus sin x can be written as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. So that's the half angle for that. And we know that 1 plus cos x is nothing but 2 cos square x by 2. That's the half angle for that. So we have now converted this to half angle. Now we can just little bit simplify it. So we can separate the terms. So it is becoming x by 2 and this becomes sec square x by 2. Plus it goes with this term, so you can see 2 gets cancelled, we have the cos getting cancelled, so that becomes tan x by 2. So this is the term which we are getting. Now I can just take the derivative. You can see that if I take the derivative of this, I'll be getting 1 minus, this becomes sec square x by 2 and x by 2's derivative is half. So you can see it's obviously not the option. So only option remaining is D. To just check whether we are getting the answer or not, we can see that there is a UV rule present. So when we are finding the UV rule, first we have to take the derivative of x, which is 1. So we have tan x by 2 plus x will be as it is, and tan's derivative is nothing but sec square x by 2 and x by 2's derivative, which is half. So you can see this and this is same, so that means D is the right option. Moving on to the next one, we have cosec square x minus 2005 divided by cos 2005x dx. Now again, this type of question can be difficult to solve from the question itself. So basically we can then proceed from the answers which are given. But in this also, the derivative part, if you just solve, is going to be difficult. But what you can observe is basically there are only two options which we need to solve. There is a cot x upon cos 2005 or there is a tan x upon cos 2005. Because if there is only a sign change which is required, then we can just accordingly select the particular option. So what we need to do is we need to just find two derivatives. If either of them is going to be the answer or the question, sorry, then we can select that particular option. So let's go for the first option, which is cot x upon cos x raised to 2005. So just finding the derivative of this. So we know that this is of the form u by v. So first we'll find the derivative of cot x. Now we know that cot x derivative is nothing but minus cos x square x into cos x of 2005, cos x raised to 2005, minus, it's going to be nothing but the derivative of the denominator and cot x as it is. So cot x remains as it is, and we have the cos x 2005 raised to 2005. So that's nothing but 2005 in the multiplication cos x raised to 2004 into derivative of cos x, which is minus sin x. So that becomes plus sin x divided by, we'll be having cos x raised to 2005 square. So that becomes cos raised to 2005 x raised to 2. That's square of it. Now in this, what we can do is we know that cos x is nothing but cos x upon sin x. So cos x basically cancels out. Cos x into this becomes 2005. So we have cos x raised to 2005 from here and here. So this term gets cancelled with the square term. So this is what we are getting. So basically you can see that we are getting minus cos x square x plus 2005 divided by cos x raised to 2005. But in the question, we can see that it is cos x square minus 2005 upon this. So it's basically the negative of this. So instead of having a cot x with a positive sign, we have to start with a negative sign, which you can see it is in option D. Moving on to the next one, we have integration dx upon sin x minus cos x plus root 2. Now, if you are thinking about going for finding the derivatives of the options which are given, you have to see that the answers are given in half angle formulas. So if you just go directly and find the derivative, it's going to be really difficult to solve it. So the suggestion would be to solve the integration itself. So in this case, what we can do is we can take the 1 by root 2. So you can see that there is a 1 by root 2 present in each and every term. So we can take it as a hint and take that 1 by root 2 outside. So I'm taking 1 by root 2 outside the integration, and we have dx upon, this becomes 1 by root 2 sin x minus 1 by root 2 cos x plus 1. So here we have to just recollect that 1 by root 2 is nothing but can be written as sin pi by 4. and this 1 by root 2 can be written as cos pi by 4. So this becomes 1 by root 2 integration dx upon, and what I'm doing is I'm going to take this minus sign common from these two terms. So this becomes 1 minus, we'll be having this as cos x cos pi by 4 minus sin x sin pi by 4. So this is nothing but like cos a minus b formula. So that becomes 1 by root 2 integration dx upon 1 minus, this is nothing but cos x plus pi by 4. So sorry, it is cos a plus b formula. So it is 1 minus cos a plus b. So here you can apply the half angle formula, because you can see we require x by 2 in the answer. So using the half angle formula, so this becomes 1 by root 2 integration dx upon, the half angle is 2 sine square x by 2 plus pi by 8. So this 2 we can take it outside, so it becomes 1 by 2 root 2 and integration, this sign goes up, so that becomes cos x square x by 2 plus pi by 8. So we know that integration of cos x square is nothing but minus cot. So that is going to be 1 by 2 root 2 minus cot x by 2 plus pi by 8 plus c, and there is also the division by half. So we have this half because of this x by 2. So you can see 2 gets cancelled, and we are having the answer as minus 1 by root 2 cot x by 2 plus pi by 8, which is nothing but your option. As we have started this particular new segment wherein we will be asking you set of questions, and you will be just commenting in the comment section the answers for them. So today's questions are as follows. We have integration dx upon x log x raised to m is equal to, so you need to find the integration of that, and the other integration which you need to find is integration dx upon e raised to x plus e raised to minus x by 2. So thank you guys for watching these videos. Please let us know in the comment section how you are finding the videos, whether they are helping you in your preparation or not. Do like our videos, do share it with your friends, and do subscribe to our channel, and just hit the bell icon which is present beside the subscribe button to never miss a notification from our channel. So stay safe, keep learning, keep watching, and happy learning. Bye.